Hey guys, just before the video gets started, I just want to let you know all about the reason why we're making these videos, and that is World Book Day. Now, World Book Day was created by UNESCO on the 23rd of April 1995, which means it is celebrating its 25th year today on the 3rd of March. Or if you're watching this later, it was the 3rd of March. World Book Day's mission is to promote the pleasure of reading, the health benefits of reading, and also to make sure that every child and young person out there has the ability to read. So they have actually created something called £1 books for all ages. Now what this is a scheme where children can take £1 book tokens to local sellers and purchase selected books that the publishers are letting people buy for £1. Most schools are giving out the £1 book tokens, but you can also get them on Happy Meals in McDonald's in the UK. There is a list of books that you can purchase. I'll leave a link to the World Book Day website down below. You can check it all out, but they've got books for all ages. So yeah, that is World Book Day. We actually made 2 videos on this, so whichever one you're watching, make sure to go and click the other one. This little clip will be in both. So up here, right there, after you've watched this video, go click that. And yeah, you can watch the other video we made on it. Back to the video. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Louth Playgoers YouTube channel. My name's Philip Marshall Jr.
My name's Freya.
And today we're going to be talking all about World Book Day and giving book recommendations, playing games, and yeah, let's get into today's video. By the way, I'm sat on chairs. She's not taller than me. Okay, so before we get into our book recommendations, we are going to play a really quick game where we are giving characters from books and we have to tell you what book it is. We have 45 seconds on the clock, so yeah, let's test our knowledge of characters from books. I have a feeling this might go slightly badly. And the time starts when I read the first one. Tinkerbell.
Peter Pan.
Yes. Jay Gatsby.
It's the one where he's like, oh, I'm real good and I'm going to take this girl.
I mean, you can pass if you...
I know. I studied this in school. Oh, my teacher was so disappointed. Oh, the Great Gatsby.
Yeah. Quasimodo.
Shakespeare. Tempest.
No. Captain Ahab.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Dorothy Gale.
Oh, Wizard of Oz.
Scarlett O'Hara.
All I can think of
Oh
is
my
the Drag
god, like,
Queen.
all I'm saying is...
All I can think of is...
Quasimodo, Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah.
And Captain Ahab from Moby Dick.
Oh, yeah. Thing is, the Scarlett O'Hara one, all I could think of was RuPaul's Drag Race.
Scarlett O'Hara was Gone with the Wind.
All I could think of was Drag Race.
Lyra Silvertongue.
Not a clue, pass.
His Dark Materials. Lego.
Not a clue.
Othello. Mr. Kurtz.
Not a clue.
Heart of Darkness. Ebenezer Scrooge.
Christmas Carol.
T.S. Garp.
Not a clue.
Alexander Portney.
Great Expectations.
Portney's Complaint. Bella Swan.
Twilight.
Kunta Kinte.
Don't know.
Roots. Mercutio.
Romeo and Juliet.
Willy Wonka.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Mad Hatter.
Alice in Wonderland.
Hermione Granger.
Harry Potter.
Christopher Robin.
Winnie the Pooh.
Katniss Everdeen.
Hunger Games. Okay, I didn't do too bad. It was all the modern stuff I got, basically.
Yeah.
I really didn't do well on Roots. And the Prince of... Did you say the Prince of Darkness?
His Dark Materials.
His Dark Materials. Okay, so now we're going to give you some book recommendations. We're basically going to be doing it through the key stages. So there'll be one for younger children, one for just children, one for teenagers, and then one for young adults onwards. So that will include adults as well. The first book I'm going to recommend for the youngest age group is a wonderful story called Dogger by Shirley Hughes. It is a book about a young boy who loses his favourite teddy, and it's just a really nice story, and it's got some really wonderful illustrations, some really old school, like almost Winnie the Pooh-esque illustrations. And yeah, I just remember reading it growing up, and I really loved the story. So who knows, maybe some young kids out there might want to read that.
The first book I would like to recommend is Elmer the Elephant, and I think this is an amazing book for very young children because it tells people that you should just be yourself and you shouldn't try to be other people. And if you embrace yourself, you become an amazing person and you spread the joy everywhere.
Okay, so the next book I'm going to recommend is actually a series of books for just children in general, is the Horrible Histories books. I used to read them when I was growing up, and I'm pretty sure they've kept making some as I've got older, so there'll be loads of books to read. If you want your children to be interested in history as well as reading books, this is a great combination because they're really entertaining books. The TV show is also very entertaining. But yeah, it just kind of gives a very interesting and creative spin on history. And yeah, I think that you should all read the Horrible History books.
My children's book that I grew up reading was called Hubert Horatio Barthel Bobton Trent, and it was by Lauren Child. And it was about Hubert, who he grew up with a very, very rich family, but he didn't really spend that much time with his family, and they eventually realised that having all this money isn't important as spending time with your family and looking after the ones you love.
Moving on to teenagers, there is really only one series that I can recommend, and it is the books I grew up reading and absolutely loving, and that is the Alex Rider books by Anthony Horowitz. My personal favourite is Point Blanc. But to sum up the Alex Rider series in a nutshell, it is, imagine if James Bond was a teenager that went to school. It's a really cool series. There's loads of books, loads of different episodes. And the really cool thing is when you're growing up and you're a teenager, it kind of is exciting to think that this is a possibility and that, you could be living this really cool life. So yeah. Alex Rider series by Anthony Horowitz, Point Blanc, is, in my opinion, the best.
The book I would like to recommend is Mallory Blackman's Noughts and Crosses series. It reverses racial stereotypes. It is very clever the way it is written. It's like a completely different society to how it is today. And it's very clever how it makes you think about how you treat other people and how society as a whole works and how you should treat everybody equally.
And then the final book that I'm going to recommend for late teens and adults is a wonderful book by a spoken word poet called George Watsky, and it's called How to Ruin Everything, the Essays. Basically, it's kind of an autobiography of George Watsky and some really cool essays that he wrote about his childhood and late teens and adulthood. And the real grasp of the book is about accepting failure in life and that it's not a bad thing, that we can learn from it and that all these experiences kind of have a purpose and that, you can't succeed in everything, but failure is not a bad option. And as an added bonus, it's actually got a recommendation from Lin-Manuel Miranda on the back, of whom we all know to be a very good wordsmith. George Watsky is an incredible wordsmith. So if you want to read some very interesting short-form essays that are really cool stories, go read George Watsky, How to Ruin Everything, the Essays.
So this is my adult book. I would also say teens could read it as well. It's called Read This to Get Smarter by Blair Imani, and it is incredibly good. It tells you about society as a whole, but it's also very fun in the way it is written. She's also on Instagram, and she basically says about LGBTQ society, different racial societies, and how to coexist in a world while respecting everybody and caring for everybody around you.
So those were mine and Freya's recommendations for books from young children all the way up to teenagers. So hopefully you can go and pick those books up and maybe read them with your children or read them yourselves if you're of the appropriate age. But yeah, so that's what World Book Day is all about. Getting people reading, especially those of a young age, getting them interested in reading, building that creativity, and yeah, really promoting the health benefits of reading. Thank you very much for watching today's video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay safe, stay amazing, and until next time, see ya.